Making news in Warren this week, Michigan's new smoking ban takes effect May 1st. We'll tell you what that means for the smokers and non-smokers in your life.
Volunteers are honored for their contributions to the community.
And look who's walking for the March of Dimes, March for Babies.
The days of walking into a smoke-filled bar or restaurant in Michigan are almost over. Hello everyone, I'm Lori Erla.
And I'm Enver Shapiro. Michigan's smoking ban takes effect May 1st. Megan O'Brien has reaction from restaurant owners and patrons. More in this week's top story.
Michigan will be the 38th state to rid smoking in public places. Will it affect revenue in restaurants? It's better for your health and better for your pocket. A pack of cigarettes costs $7.
Well, I quit 22 years ago, and I never realized how much it stinked, how dirty it was, how it made your clothes be. So it's a good thing.
Now I'll be able to go to restaurants and bars and, I can start going to bars and bowling alleys and places like that because I couldn't go before. Because I would step in there and I'd walk out smelling like smoke, my eyes are watering, I stink, and it's just, and it's not healthy. Secondhand smoke is just not healthy.
Some say this ban will hurt local bars and restaurants. Eric Kunin, co-owner of local brewery Kunin's, said they opened their doors 10 years ago and have always been smoke-free. He tells us why they decided to do non-smoking.
Well, part of it is because we're a manufacturing place, but the biggest deal is that we just don't care for the smell of it. I mean, we're all about better beverage. So for us, for people to smell their beer and not get stuffed up noses, that's a huge deal. I mean, to have somebody smoking next to you and you're trying to enjoy a specialty beer or specialty wine or mead, you just don't want that. So
what about all the other states that are already smoke-free, like New York and California?
Oh, we've been to California, and it's a great thing. It's nice not to have to go into a restaurant and say smoking or no smoking. So it'll be a good thing for Michigan.
Well, there's always the trickle effect. It's been everywhere I go throughout the country. When I go to a beer festival or something, it's already been banned. Even in Quebec a couple of years ago, going out to, so to me, that's a shocker. I mean, you're talking a bunch of French-speaking people, you think they're going to be all smoking, and they've banned it in a lot of places in Europe as well. So it's all for the good. It's exciting. I think it's awesome. It really should be something that should have been done years ago. I don't like going to a restaurant and having to deal with smoke in a place. So I think it's all for the better. They can always go outside and smoke if they want to. That's all what they've done here for years is they just go outside and have a cigarette. So
Ireland does not allow smoking. California does not allow smoking. They should have done this a long time ago. Not even in New York. They don't even allow smoking in New York. Yes, they should have done this a long, long time ago.
What about being able to smoke in the casinos?
What I don't like is that they accept casinos. They don't have to follow the rule. I don't like that. I wish it was just no smoking everywhere. That coming from an ex-smoker.
That's kind of a touchy subject with a lot of people. I mean, we've survived and done exceptionally well out of our location without having to go and be enforced by the government to do it. You shouldn't have to be, but overall, I think it's for the best.
I have a niece who works at a restaurant where they allow smoking, and she doesn't smoke. She's never smoked in her life. But she's exposed to secondhand smoke, so there's a risk for her for emphysema and lung cancer, and she doesn't even smoke. Her clothes stink, her hair, she ends up going home, her hair stinks. It's just not good. No, smokers say that they have the right to smoke, but you know what? I have the right to breathe clean air, I think. And I think there are more non-smokers than smokers. So, no, I think it's perfectly fine.
Well, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I have some family members that are smokers, so I always try to tell them that it's not good. So I think it'll help to improve like people's perception of it. So I don't know. I'm not a smoker. I'm against it. So I always try to get people, if I see them or my peers, I try and talk to them and let them know like what I think about it. So I think it's good. I think it's good for the community. Plus it'll help with like, you know, just it makes things look bad when you see smokers. So
maybe now that bars and restaurants will be no smoking, business will go up. So you won't be able to smoke in Michigan after May 1st. Maybe May 1st is a good date to quit smoking. Megan O'Brien, TV Warren News.
Walkers braved the wet weather to show their support for the March of Dimes on Saturday. Warren City Hall was the kickoff point for the March for Babies walk. About 100 people and 6 babies walked 3 to 6 miles. Monies raised from the charitable walk go toward the March of Dimes fight against premature births, birth defects, and low birth weight. That's Warren Communications Director Lark Simoleon's grandson Henry having a great time getting all warmed up for the walk. The Simoleons would like to send out a special thank you to the gracious woman who stopped at Chicago Road and handed Team Henry an umbrella and told them to keep it. They put the umbrella over Henry's stroller so he could take a nap toward the end of the walk.
The first annual Volunteer Recognition Award ceremony was held last week at Warren City Hall. Over 80 citizens were recognized for their contributions to the community. Each received a certificate from Warren Mayor Jim Fouts. In the words of Mayor Fouts, volunteerism is the essence and core of good citizenship. Without volunteers, we would be less of a city. They make the difference between having just a city and having a vibrant community.
If you live in the Fitzgerald School District, you need to get out and vote on May 4th. That's next Tuesday. In this school board election, residents will be asked to approve a $69 million bond proposal or tax increase for building renovations and technology enhancements.
I'm absolutely against it. I think now with the fact that we're trying to get residents to move into the city, I think now is not a good time. And the fact we have a water rate increase recently, we have a library millage coming up, we're looking to get a millage increase for the police department. Those are essential services to me. This is money for bricks and mortar, or sticks and bricks, if you will. It doesn't affect the education of the children. And what they're doing is they're breeding technological idiots. They know how to work a computer. They can't address an envelope or make out a check. So I think it's, to try and make this kind of an investment in these economic hard times is not a wise decision.
In order for the district to help the curriculum and advance our students into the future, one of the many benefits is the district-wide technology. Even in today's economy, we need to stay competitive with other districts, as well as keeping our technology current. We realize times are tough and wonder when the economy is going to get better, but we cannot put our children's future on hold just for that reason. Education is the most important thing to a child, whether it comes from the home or from the school district, so we need to join forces and make sure they get whatever they need to succeed.
Remember, the vote takes place May 4th. For more details on the proposal, go to www.fps2010bond.com.
The Warren Rotary Club Spring Carnival is in full swing. The carnival is at City Square off of Van Dyke, right in front of Warren City Hall. Last Friday was Pink Out Day, where proceeds from the sale of these pink shirts went to cancer treatment, research, and prevention. The carnival runs through May 2nd.
The Warren Union Cemetery recently held its annual Spring Cleanup Day, sponsored by the Warren Historical and Genealogical Society. Volunteers cut down overgrown weeds, raked up branches, picked up garbage. Volunteers contributed a few hours of their time to help preserve part of Warren's history. Union Cemetery is located on the north side of Chicago between Ryan and Mound.
Warren's animal vaccination clinic was a huge success last weekend. Despite the rainy weather, discount vaccines were available for dogs and cats at the DPW garage.
This is our spring vaccine clinic in Warren, which is put on to provide low-cost vaccines for people to vaccinate their dogs. We have rabies, bordetella, distemper for the dogs, and distemper and feline leukemia for the cats. We expect about 1,000 people today and probably to utilize about 2,000 vaccines. The vaccines are $8 a piece, which affords people the opportunity to be able to afford to vaccinate their dogs and cats.
The vaccination clinic is sponsored by All About Animals and the Animal Welfare Commission.